Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan here again today with you on this Astrology Human Design Jinkies channel with another Synastry video, and we're still going to go through some of the Synastry aspects that is being made to someone's Ascendant. Today we're going to talk about someone's North Node being conjunct to another person's Ascendant. So a Synastry chart is when you take two people's chart, individual natal charts, and you overlay them on top of each other to get a sense of two people's rapport, chemistry, their dynamics, how they relate to each other. And it can even tell you about the type of soul connections that you might have with somebody else. And I am back to doing Synastry readings, so if you guys are interested to get one, you can check out my website. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below as well as in the comments. So when we look at this very, very interesting aspect. This is one of those aspects, the North Node conjunct somebody's Ascendant, that is showing a karmic relationship. It's showing a past life connection. If you guys are interested in this, comment below and I can bring up a couple more aspects in Synastry that is showing past life connection. But this is one of those aspects. So when you have someone's North Node, the North Node represents what this person is, evolving into in this lifetime. The North Node is always opposite to the South Node, right? And the South Node represents things that we have gone through in our past life. So this is always, an axis, the North and the South Node. And so, the North Node is representing what we're going to have to develop in this life for our soul to feel complete and fulfilled, because in our past life, or maybe even earlier in this life, we were working with the South Node. So now, to find wholeness, we got to balance that and develop the qualities of the North Node. So when you have someone's North Node conjunct someone's Ascendant, it means that that person's South Node is also conjunct the Ascendant person's Descendant, which, because the Ascendant and Descendant is an axis in astrology. So the Descendant is a point of relationship. It's the type of people that we draw into our life so that we can also work through our shadows. And it's a type of people that we feel we can learn a lot from because we're missing those qualities within ourselves. And it also then becomes and shows how we relate to other people, maybe in a way where we don't even realize that this is who we are in a relationship, but yeah, this is kind of how you are in a relationship that's shown by your Descendant. So, of course, with the South Node then being conjunct the Descendant, this is going to indicate that these two people, if you have this with someone, you have met before in a past life, if you believe in that. Or if you don't believe in a past life, it can show that you have something very similar to each other when it comes to a pattern that the universe keeps bringing to you to get you to grow and evolve, to master the South Node, and the patterns that will keep showing your shadow self, the Descendant, which makes this a very heavy type of energy, if you can kind of get the vibe of this. But yeah, so whatever's left unfinished is there. So that means that there's an instant recognition of each other, right? This is the kind of aspect where you meet and it almost feels like there's a force field around you. Okay, there's another one that can also feel like this. That's the North Node conjunct another person's midheaven or IC. If you're interested, I can make a video on that as well, because that's the other axis in our birth chart. So having the North Node there is also going to have that feeling, of this force field magnetism. But also, of course, this one, where there's North Node, South Node, Ascendant, Descendant axis, is also going to create that kind of force field. If you're very sensitive to it, you can feel it. You're drawn to each other, you're pulled together, because your souls and your life, your life path is saying that you can learn a lot from each other. There's something that, if you don't have something to do with each other, like if you're just acquaintances, you're going to say goodbye, something's going to be left unfulfilled. But if you have some kind of relationship, whatever type of relationship that is, it can be romantic, it can be intimate, it can just be friendships, it will change you in some ways. It will fulfill you in one way or another. Not saying that this is the only person that can fulfill your soul and your life path, because everybody's gonna do that to you in different ways, right? We have many soulmates, but this is gonna be one of the person that can do that with you and for you. So the way that the Ascendant person, their mannerisms, the way that they carry themselves, the way they express themselves, the way that they are in the world, their life path, their life journey, the North Node person can really learn a lot from that, and they do get a sense that this person is somewhat of like it's not so much a teacher as Sun conjunct North Node, but it's more of like they want to observe the Ascendant person, how they do things. They're intrigued and they're kind of curious, and they might want to question that. And of course, the closer that the North Node is to the Ascendant, the more this is felt, right? Because the North Node is also kind of a generational theme, generational soul evolution. So the further away it is, the less you'll feel it. The closer it is, the more that you'll feel it. I would even say like maybe keep it within like a 3 to 5 degrees orb maximum for North Node. But yes. And, you know, the Ascendant person is getting a sense of like they really not vibe's not the right word. They really recognize that there's something very similar, very familiar about the North Node person. And they almost have a spiritual type of kinship, almost like they can read each other's soul. You could even put it that way. But it's very subtle. It's like this inner knowing that, okay, we have, you know, almost like a mission that is very similar to each other. A mission in life, this life, past life, that's very similar to each other. And whatever it is that you're missing in the mission that you are doing, maybe I have that to assist you, no, not consciously assist you, but like you can learn from that from me. And the other person is sensing the same thing. Something about my soul growth that, or a mission of my life, you know, that I'm trying to, and I know that I have to evolve in this way. This is probably a North Node person thinking. The Ascendant person can kind of shine a light on that missing part of my soul evolution. And so that's the kind of dynamic that we're having here. And it's a very interesting placement. When you have it in Synastry, you feel it immediately, but it's more of like this subtle force field magnetic pull that I was describing. It's not so much a spark, you know? So yeah, do comment below if you have this very interesting aspect with somebody in your life, and comment like the sign, because that can show more about what it is that you are actually, you know, growing and evolving into in this life and what your life mission is. And even check like if it's possible the gene keys or the human design gates of that particular North Node and Ascendant. That's going to give a very interesting flavor and insight into what it is that you are both growing and evolving into in this life. So if you'd like a Synastry reading, then you can check out my website, and links to that in the comments and also in the description box below. Beautiful soul. And I'm sending you guys so much love. Bye.